Yo, what is up guys? Russ here with another quick video for Sire Denathrius, the last boss in the Castle Nathria raid. This is on normal, but I thought I'd upload my rank 1 log. I got rank 1 as Outlaw on our first kill, which was, I don't know, we pulled we killed on maybe like our 4th pull or so. But yeah, I thought I'd upload it because I had a couple people asking me on Twitter if they could see my log and things like that about like what I did. So I guess people are interested in how to play the Outlaw or what I did or something. So I just thought I'd make a YouTube video on it. Why not, right? So I'll talk through my I'll just put the video in the background. I'll talk through certain points which happened, and hopefully I can help a couple people out. I do also play Subtlety, but I only had a legendary for Outlaw at the time, which I have now made Finality, the one that you get from Sire Denathrius. But yeah, I was an outlaw, and yeah, this just happened to be rank 1. I didn't realize it at the time until straight afterwards, and then turned out I was the first one in the guild to get a rank 1, so that was kind of fun. Anyway, I'll talk through it now. So yeah, on with the show. So as we go into the pool here, one thing to note is pretty much with Outlaw that you just have to constantly be aware of your range. So you want to play with the talent Acrobatic Strikes, and pretty much you just want to envision yourself with a big circle around you at all times, and you want to stand between as many mobs as you possibly can with that imaginary circle. I'll put it on the screen for you so you can see kind of what I'm talking about. I was pretty fortunate here to roll a 5 buff on my, I think, second roll of the fight, straight before the second pack of ads came out, which was my group to soak. So yeah, I basically got really lucky, and that's some big deeps. So here all you really want to be doing is Outlaw for logging purposes, that is cleaving down as much as you possibly can. I will note though that I did get rank 1 boss damage as well as rank 1 overall in this log, so it's not like I was doing no boss damage and only padding or something, right? I did rank 1 boss damage by a pretty decent margin. I'll put the log on screen for you. I'll link it down below or something as well. But yeah, you just want to be trying to constantly roll your buff. Pretty much use everything on cooldown. Like keep Blade Flurry up only for when the ads are spawning. I used it just before the ads came up, so I didn't have to use a global cooldown on actually casting Blade Flurry. I know there's a bit of AoE damage, but I didn't want to actually I would rather put a big Sinister Strike or a finisher or something into the ads because they die really quick. So you want to get as many meaningful globals out as you possibly can, right? So I was pre-casting Blade Flurry just before they spawned, so that I could instantly go ham on damage. One extra thing is every time he lifts us up in the air, I'm using my grappling hook to instantly hook me straight back down to the boss as soon as the stun or silence finishes. So I'm getting instantly back down to the boss so I can get back on the boss as quick as I can. Again here, just re-rolling bad buffs. I have a weak aura to help me with that. It's a little bit scuffed. My UI needs a little bit of work, but it works for me. Yeah, I re-roll the bad buffs when the weak aura tells me to, and keep most of the good ones. To get out of the red shit, I just grappling hook away. And I am playing with the conduit called, what's it called? Count the Odds, I believe. Now, basically, all that does is every time that you ambush, it has a pretty decent chance to give you a 15-second buff, it seems to be on ambush. It says differently in the tooltip, but what I've noticed at least is when you ambush, it's about 15 seconds of a random buff of your Roll the Bones. And when you dispatch, there's a chance to give you a 5-second buff of Roll the Bones. So it just kind of offsets the RNG of Outlaws, so you can't get too unlucky in things. And yeah, you pretty much can offset your luck, so you're not too bad off. So what I'm doing is vanishing on cooldown with an ambush, basically, to just keep up buffs. That's why sometimes I can have like 3 or 4 buffs at a random time. So once we go down, I'm pretty much just imagining my circle of AoE around me, and I'm basically Blade Flurrying whenever there's like 2 targets, you know, so the boss plus anything else, keeping up Blade Flurry as much as I can, and basically just tunneling the boss for the most part. I do switch onto the ads a little bit later on, but for the most part I am just tunneling the boss and trying to stay in range of the other things that are around me. Now on this first move away thingy, I can't remember what it's called, I'll put it on the screen. The first time we have to move away, everyone runs through the mirror, but instead I Cloak of Shadows and I stay on the boss. I do actually, having watched this back, I think I should have saved it for the second one, but you know, it is what it is. So I Cloak of Shadows, and I'm basically going to use that whenever it's up on that ability, so I can stay on the boss. Just make sure you dodge all the swords when they fly all over the room. They're pretty easy to dodge. You have the increased attack range with Outlaw, so you might as well use it. So you can actually stay on the boss and dodge pretty much all the swords. They're quite easy. Just don't stand in the red lines. Self-explanatory, really. So now is when I wish I did have my cloak ready, so I could have sat on the boss here. Instead, I opted to run away, and then I thought the tanks were going to take it to the next mirror because, you know, that would make sense with the ads. But instead they took it to the middle of the room, so I kind of got a bit scuffed there, and then we have to drag it all the way back to the ads. So it is what it is. But yeah, I lost a bit of damage there. Then I did actually switch on to the ads here. So because this basically the boss wasn't getting moved over to them, so I was like, okay, well I can attack one target or I can attack two targets, right? So I went for two targets because, you know, Outlaw is Outlaw. Then as soon as I can get back on the boss, I do. Especially when you're using between the eyes on the boss, you have to remember that it's applying a debuff to the boss. It's not a crit buff to you, it's a crit debuff on the boss, right? So once you put between the eyes on a target, you do want to be sitting on that target if you can. That's why I don't want to be, you know, casting on an ad and then the ad dies when I have 10 seconds left on between the eyes. Otherwise, you know, I would be wasting that. It's essentially a mini cooldown, right? Think of it like that. So basically all I'm doing is using everything as soon as it comes up. Every time Adrenaline Rush comes up, I use Adrenaline Rush. Every time Blade Rush comes up, I use Blade Rush. I use Blade Flurry if, you know, as I said, there's more than one target. Making sure I move out for the debuff there. I am still doing mechanics, but I'm basically just smashy on the boss, and basically just pounding all the buttons as soon as they come up. And I don't know, it just seemed to really work out for me. I was just slamming. I could definitely have played better. I had some moments of downtime. As I said, this was a rank 1 boss damage log as well, and I had time when I wasn't hitting the boss as well. Yeah, I don't know, things, maybe I got really lucky, maybe things just went my way. I just thought, you know, it's a kind of cool thing to get a rank 1 on the first kill and stuff like that. So yeah, but just smashing everything. You have so much cooldown reduction with Outlaw that you know, like my Adrenaline Rush is coming up constantly. I'm using the legendary called Celerity, which is a chance to gain Adrenaline Rush every time, like every tick of Slice and Dice for 3 seconds. So you always get 100% value out of that legendary. So really important to have that one. It is the best by a decent margin on all scenarios, and you always, you know, you can't mess it up. You literally have to have Slice and Dice up anyway, and it gives you free Adrenaline Rushes, and you get a straight 8% damage bonus when you Adrenaline Rush as well. So that's great. But yeah, here pretty much last phase is pretty simple. We're just making sure we move out of the cone attack and pretty much smash the boss, move out with the red debuff, and don't get knocked off the edge. Just never try position yourself so you're never out towards the edge of a platform, because he does jump in the air and do a knockback. So just make sure you're always on the inside of the boss. Obviously stand behind him. But as you can see, like my conduit is actually kind of doing work. Like I'm just making sure I vanish ambush on cooldown to try and get as many buffs as I can, and I'm only re-rolling when basically my buffs like I don't have a decent amount of decent buffs up pretty much. I hardly ever have to actually re-roll off buffs. And there we go. There's the kill. So yeah, there's me. Easy clap, easy clap. This was live on stream, of course. Had a decent amount of people watching. Something like 70 people were watching me do this at the time. So I was chatting to them a bit. I did focus up for the pull, but yeah, we got it done after not too many pulls. I think it was like a third or fourth pull of the whole night, and that was pretty much it. So it was really fun. I was going to play sub, I guess. I did go and make my sub legendary straight after this, and then I played on the next boss, and then I got rank 15 on heroic. But yeah, it's I don't know, I just thought I'd make a cool little thing. I'll link the log down below if you do want to go into it and scrutinize it. This is like not meant to be too serious, I guess. I just thought I'd give you, anyone who's interested, I guess, pretty much a bit of an insight into my mind as I was going through this, I guess. But if you do want to see more stuff like this, do make sure you like the video. Say in the comment, put in the comments like, yo, we need more kill POVs and things like that, because they're pretty easy for me to make. I can just jump on the mic and talk over it and stuff like that. I do plan to make like a logging guide for the whole raid tier, like, you know, when it gets kind of cleared and stuff, at least for like normal and heroic. But if you want to see like kill POVs and me talk over my mind, like my thought process and things, then make sure you tell me. And yeah, obviously I'm doing this live on my stream as well, which I do many things. So if you do wanna like, you know, come ask me questions and stuff like that, then yeah, check out the stream. I'll link it on the screen now and down below. But until next time, like the goddamn video, I guess. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.